Hello everyone, today we are going to learn a very simple trick using Vim or VI. I know most Linux users know Vim as a text editor that is a descendant from VI, right? It can also function as a tool for encryption and decryption of a text file. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to encrypt and decrypt a file. On top of them, I'm going to show you also how to find this information from the Vim manual. Alright, there is a built-in feature in VI or Vim that you could actually use if you are actually, let's say, trying to encrypt a file content. I will actually show you two different ways that I know of. If you know more options, let me know in the video comment section. I would be glad to know, to be honest. Right. So without further ado, let's get it started. Test.txt, this is what I'm gonna call, and right now this file doesn't have anything, so I could say Vim, or you can say also VI, doesn't really matter. For this video you can use VI or Vim, doesn't really matter which one you use. Vim and then Vim test.txt. So currently this file has no content in it, so let's open this up. You can see there is nothing. This is a dummy line, another line in there. Alright, so this is the content in your file. So what we're gonna do, we are going to encrypt the content of this file. Okay, so without a password or a master key or the encryption key, whatever you call it, this file, you can't really read the content of this file. Right? So what you're gonna see, you're gonna see some encrypted stuff. First of all, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the command mode, press the ESC on your keyboard and type in capital X. So the moment you type in capital X and then enter on your keyboard, it's gonna say, hey, enter an encryption key. So I'm gonna put admin as my encryption key, admin as my encryption key. My file right now is encrypted, the content of this file, but the file content itself is not saved. To save the content, you could go to command mode again. You could do W for writing or saving, and then Q. Or the another shortcut which I use myself is X. So this is the equivalent of WQ or exclamatory sign. So basically to exit, I always use X. So I just wanted to show you. What has happened right now is that my file content is saved. So let's see the content. So now I don't see what I actually used to have in there. The plain text content is not there anymore. How could we actually read it again? So if we want to read it again, so if I go to, let's say, Ctrl+R, Vim, I'm gonna open up this file. So when I actually open this file, it is asking me, hey, put the encryption key to see the content of this file in decrypted format. So I'm gonna type in admin, enter. So when I enter, now I see the content in decrypted mode, like in plain text, which is really good. So now I'm gonna go back. I wanna show you something, so I'm gonna exit this file. Okay, so what I want to show this. So this is a command in Linux, so which means I want to show you what it means. If I go all the way up, so it says the determine type of files. Okay, so I'm gonna use this command. I just wanted to show you how you could see more detailed information if you are not good in Linux. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna say file vim text. So this one is telling me vim text.txt is an encrypted file. The data is basically encrypted with the encryption method, or in short you can call it CM. C for crypto, M for method, blowfish 2. I'm gonna show you this information just in a bit, so stay with me. Alright, so I got the information what kind of actual encryption method actually used to encrypt the content of this file. Excellent. So before we jump in there, I wanna show you something else. So what happens if I want to actually decrypt this file? So if I want to decrypt this file, I could actually Vim and then Vim txt. You could actually open up the file again and then put the password in there and enter. So this time we're gonna go to again to capital X mode. So in command mode with capital X. In this case, we are going to set the password again. So if you do not want a password, like if you don't want to encrypt anymore, you could just press enter and then enter. So leave it empty. So if I leave it empty and then I save it again, you can see this encryption stuff is completely gone. Okay, so this is how actually you can encrypt and decrypt. So now I want to show you another method which is also pretty good to know. So if I say vim -x and then let's call it test.txt. So what this x is going to do, this x is going to create this file in encryption mode. So let's enter. So now it's actually asking me to enter the password. So like the encryption key basically. So I'm gonna say admin, and this is some text. Okay, so what I'm gonna do this time, the encryption key is already set. So I'm gonna set the content. So I'm gonna go again to command mode and pass in WQ or whatever. So I could do that as well. So my content actually this time, if you say this has been encrypted again, right? So right now I'm not gonna decrypt. So before I decrypt, I want to show you something. So if you go to test.txt and then pass the encryption key, you can see the content. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the command mode, and this is something I want to show you. So you type in set local and then CM, as I said, encryption method, and then you can type in a question mark. This time is going to tell you what encryption method actually is being used, and this is the default one. How do I know is the default one? I'm gonna show you just in a bit, so you know how to see within the VIM instead of running the file command. Right. Just a while ago, we have seen that using file command, I could see also what kind of encryption method actually used VIM to encrypt this file. Alright, so instead of doing this, you could do this help encryption. And also, before I go there, actually, I want to show you this. So you could, in VIM, you could say help. If you want to see anything, literally, you could say version. I want to show you the version first. It says that for version, actually, you could use VE, VER, or version, anything. So if I say now VE or VER, the VIM is going to tell me what version actually I'm using. So I'm using version 9. Okay, so this is just for clarity of this video. So I'm gonna go back, and this time I'm gonna say help encryption. So this time I want to see a bit more detailed information from VIM manual what this section actually includes. It's going to be very interesting because if you don't know how to find information when you are using a Linux system, right? You're gonna Google here and there, you're gonna get confused, you're gonna use a lot of time to learning like 5 minutes thing. So instead, the first thing you should be doing jumping into the manual because that's already coming within the tool. So it's basically at your disposal. So you can learn things like in a blink of eyes, right? So let's jump in here. Now we are in the encryption section. So here it has a bit more information. So VIM is able to write files encrypted and read them back. So the encrypted text cannot be read without the right key. That is excellent. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scroll a bit down. So now it says that the normal way to work with encryption is capital X command. So this is going to be prompt for an encryption key. I just wanted to show you the information, but there is something more interesting coming in. Maybe this is interesting to you. And it also says to disable the encryption. This is what I didn't show you yet, but I will show you when I actually decrypt the file again and before finishing this video. So you could say set key, and this is basically value. So if you pass a value here, it means that you are changing the password. So admin to something else. So if you leave it empty, it means that you are not setting any kind of encryption for a particular file. Excellent. So the one is interesting is the crypto method that we talked about, because we saw that was a blowfish 2 encryption method, but we didn't know how strong or weak the encryption method was. So here it tells you medium strong method. So there are basically 3, and this is being the default one, blowfish 2. So the reason actually I didn't set any CM is because we know that blowfish is the default one. So this is what I wanted to show you. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get out of this. Alright, so this time what we want to do is this. So I want to run set and then key. So now if I say, let's say I had admin, so now I say test. So this test is going to be the new key for it. So instead I'm gonna use this, enter, and then you're gonna save it again. So what has happened if I say vim test.txt, you can see there is no encryption anymore. The file is basically in plain text. So I showed you in this video how to encrypt and decrypt, how to check the manual page, how to find the information. So if you find this video useful, give it a thumbs up and see you in the next one. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.